Hey, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So grateful. Just want to make sure to remind you to RSS so you can get this downloaded right to your homepage. Get it wherever you need it, whenever you need it, however you need it, so you can expose yourself and others constantly to the few tidbits of thoughts we're having here. Hey, listen, we're continuing on the thought of perspective. Today I just wanted to talk for a moment about your perspective about your relationships, perspective about the circumstances. You know, I said I'd finished up Job this past week, and so many different perspectives there. You know, one of the things was he had these three friends who were sharing all of their thoughts on his circumstance. And then there's a fourth guy that shows up, Elihu, who makes an observation about the three friends, and he says something like this: "You guys don't seem to be very good friends. Like, if you guys are his friends, why are you saying all these things?" And he perceived the relationship that they were in to not be that beneficial to Job's current situation. You know, what I appreciate about Job is that he was open to those voices speaking his life. When they would say something and he disagreed with it or had a different thought, he would share back. And his relationship with those three, even though we see it, and at the end, Job is justified in his thoughts, is that they genuinely had a relationship where they could have open, honest conversation. You know, in relationships, you want to have your closest relationships with people that you don't have to be concerned about hurting their feelings. You have to be concerned about you saying something, them saying something, things misinterpreted. You know, lots of people have lots of drama in their life because the relationships that happened and something was said, something that wasn't said, a miscommunication, a misstep, a wrong look, all of those things. And if there's a perspective that these people love me and I love them. You know, had a great core value at Church of the Harvest was assume the best. And when you assume the best in people, when your perspective is, I always assume they're going to bring their best. I always assume, even if I'm not in their presence, they're saying things about me and acting ways towards me that are positive. And so what we want to do is have a perspective about our relationships. And if you have relationships in your life that are unhealthy, inaccurate, well, then you need to alter those, move those, change those, lessen the impact they have on your life, and get the people, get the relationships in your church, in your leadership teams, in the places of ministry you serve, where your perspective is, I enjoy these people, I trust these people, I want to be around these people. And if you want people you can assume the best in because they've shown they can bring the best to you. And then second, your circumstances. So many people view their circumstances in crazy ways. Job's scenario, you know, it says this, man, he was not happy about it, he didn't understand it, he wanted a courtroom experience with God to have at it with him because he didn't think this experience was justified. You know, there's lots of things in your life, and you know, there's lots of things that I tell my kids all the time where they talk about, it's not fair, it's just not right, how come? And it's circumstances that are just unfair. And you know, I say, man, if you want fair, it's going to be coming here in September. There'll be a state fair down there at the fairgrounds. If you want fair in life, go to the fair. Everything else, your circumstances are not necessarily fair, right, just, however, but when you have a perspective that says, I'm not sure why this is happening, I don't like that this is happening, but in the midst of this happening, I'm going to glean something from it. I'm going to gain something from it. I'm going to keep myself positive so I can be a model through it. Maybe I'm getting to do this because God is going to use me to minister to people in other ways that go through this similar thing. Maybe I'm getting the experience to do this because I'm proving this and that. There's a gazillion reasons on possibly why. The why it's happening is not the critical. Your perspective and how you go through it. Are you positive? Are you trusting? Are you not forsaking the principles and the core values that are true to who you are? Anyhow, I know you got some crazy circumstances in your life, and I know you got some great circumstances, but as you perceive them to be opportunities for growth, opportunities for ministering to others and being an example for others, oh man, you'll go through them so much more effectively, and they'll have such a less detrimental effect in your life. So listen, so glad you're here. Go ahead and share this. Go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and have a good, healthy perspective today. It's going to be a great one.